Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Back to throw, it's Jamison. The quick out. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Off play action. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
How about that way to start a game? They didn't even attempt to throw. They just ran it meticulously down the field, and that guy caps off a beautiful start to this game with a touchdown.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone. It's Wilkins. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Completes it in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this. A lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to run for it. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. The completion well past the sticks. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Fast motion from the offense. Looking for a man. It's Jamison. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him in stride at the 10. Touchdown Mustangs. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. And that time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Coming out with it, it's Ventura. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you can tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
And back to the air on second down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got him cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 7.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1.
Well, the offense is trying to get it done on the ground there on third down, but they just can't seem to make it work because of how physical the defense has been, guys. It's made this offense very one-dimensional. I mean, the only way it seems they can move the football is when they try to throw it.
Let's see what they dial up on this fourth down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one.
Pulls and fires complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Mustangs look to keep this drive humming. Off the play fake on first down to throw. On the move, he fires. What a snag by the defense. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
Crosses the 30. And he breaks into the open. He's at the 40. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball because he is dangerous in space.
Looking to move it through the air. Finds his tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
And the short completion brings up second down. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Whoa, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man in the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Off the play fake. They're bringing heat. Had to throw it before he wanted. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard, so you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Caught over the middle. It's Toppins.
Well, the field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on third and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up first and goal.
NC State will line up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays now. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end is. You got to realize they can show you one thing and come back with another.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. As they come to the line on third down, already 2 for 2 on this drive, going for the hat trick and the score. They'll run play action. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, and this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And here's the return. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Second down coming up. Back to throw, it's Jamison. Got his man down the middle. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the first down. Third down coming. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on third down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these third downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
Wants to throw on first down. He's right on target. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Mustangs want to move quickly. He leaves it with his back. And they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Tackled after picking up the first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
And that pass intercepted. Got some room to run. The 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Not only do they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception, they've got guys turning their heads, and they're looking for blocks. They're looking for people to get a hat on down the field. And with that INT, they now flip it. That could be a big point swing in this game.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Here on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. A shot toward the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
Well, on third and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on fourth and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on first down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Mustangs will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Still running at the 40. And he's running in the open. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the tailback. Plows through the defense. At the 20, he's got space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, North Carolina State! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Take over. First and 10.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Looking to pass. It's Jamison. He's going to take off. At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's got his man, and he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And the Mustangs racing to the line in the hurry-up.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping, put it out in front of me, I'm getting this first down.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
He's going to pass. It's complete. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. Here comes the hurry-up. From the gun. Give on the inside. The Mustangs are stopped, but not before getting the first down. They want to get this defense on its heels. Going up top on first down. Quick completion on the out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
And the Mustangs are threatening in the red zone. Dropping back, it's Jamison. Keeps looking downfield. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you can tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He wants it all. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, SMU. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
He'll call for the fair catch here. State's sending the offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and get through.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
And this crowd is losing it, frenzied after the back-to-back. Fires one high and deep. He's got it inside the 30. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass, after he throws it to the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making the big tackle in the open field.
Clock winds inside, a minute to play here in the 3rd. The play action fake. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
It's nice for this D coordinator when he puts his nickel package out in the field, because that nickel player he's got who subs in is good in coverage. He's also aggressive. He does a nice job blitzing, and he can play the run. They can spy the quarterback. There's a lot of different tools this guy's got to defend against a mobile quarterback, and I think you saw a little bit right there in that nickel package, now setting up 4th and long.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out. It's Wilkins. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. The inside handoff. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, NC State 27, SMU 14.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to get outside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
All right, offensively, you're not having a lot of success right now running this thing to the perimeter. The defense was there. They were ready for that. You made one guy miss. They still got you for a TFL. You might have to think about getting back to running between the tackles now.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. The Mustangs will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. And the Mustangs want to crank the tempo. Quarterback checking the play. They'll throw it on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. They'll line up for a second down play. The give from the gun. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. They need 1 yard on third down to keep this one going. This will be the 8th play of the drive. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. He finds his man. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
On target. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They're going back to the ground. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Mustangs! Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they can lose this ball game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They'll leave it with him. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. How frustrating for an offense to not only see the extra defensive back with the dime package, but still have their quarterback get hit.
Yeah, when you go dime, this is a passing situation. And if you're a defensive lineman, I'm pinning my ears back. I'm not playing the slightest bit of run. I don't care if they run the football. I'm getting to the quarterback. Nice job understanding that, rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Gotta have it here on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. Nothing but green grass down the middle. That grab puts him over 3,000 yards for his career.
That's impressive because every week he's got a target on his back. Defenses know the quarterback is looking his way, and still, David, this guy's been able to dice up coverages. 3,000 yards is a big number.
And that speaks to his talent, man. Like, the ability to make plays on the football, consistently catch the ball. Just 3,000 yards is a big number, big-time accomplishment, and that's a big-time trust from his coaches and his players.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. That is no good. The lead is still 6 after the miss.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Powers through. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a first down for his team. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. He's looking to throw it. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. The throw to the outside is complete. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. The Mustangs come to the line with a new set of
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Buying some time. He'll let it go down the right side. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Yeah, it's hard. This is the hardest time because you got to have plays and you got to have scripts because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get first downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down the field?
Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. Dropping back, it's Jamison. It's on target and complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And the Mustangs in the hurry-up. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop after that last incompletion setting up 4th down. Do you blitz? Do you try to speed up the QB? Let's find out and watch.
Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.